following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome to the Support Local Everything podcast, a podcast of the Upper Niagara Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jennifer Pauly, the president of the Chamber, and we're here today with Andrea Gray, president and CEO of the United Way of Greater Niagara. We're so excited to have you here today. She's actually been in her position for a full year, just over a full year. I'm so excited about this. As I was preparing for today, I remember when you had first taken on the role, and so it's been a year and a month already. So I'll give a little intro about Andrea, and then we're going to talk about all the great things coming up with the United Way of Greater Niagara. She joined in January 2023 as the president and CEO, and over the past decade, she has worked in the fields of communication, event planning, marketing, and public relations. However, it was after working as a copy editor in New York City that she found her way back home to Western New York and began her career in the nonprofit fundraising sector. Prior to joining United Way, Andrea served as a director of marketing, special events, and public relations with Niagara Falls Memorial Medical Center, and as the events and volunteer manager for community missions of the Niagara Frontier. Andrea is a graduate of the State University of New York at Cortland and the College of St. Rose, where she earned a bachelor's degree in communications and a master's degree in public communications. Andrea, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Besides this awesome bio, you're also involved in the community in different ways as well with the Youngstown Yacht Club, and the list goes on. So we're going to have such a great morning of talking about all things community related.
Absolutely.
So
thank you.
Just last week, you started the first seminar series of the year with United Way. So let's start with that, and then we'll go into all of the great things coming up.
We are so excited about this new seminar series because traditionally United Ways our United Way does not have a program of our own. So this was an opportunity for us to really house and host our own program. So thanks to the Greg Lewis Foundation, we launched our seminar series. The first one was Friday, and it was with Lisa Shirakis with WorkBe Digital. And if you know Lisa or have ever seen her speak, you know this was a great way to kick off the seminar. We had over 15 different individuals from different agencies sign up for this seminar. It's 1 hour in the morning. It includes breakfast. And her topic was about digital marketing and how to make a high impact in 10 minutes or less. So the goal of these seminars is really to provide very useful information, not just to nonprofits, to anybody who's interested, on a variety of topics. So the next one we have is in April, and that's on leadership development. Connie Brown will be presenting that one. And then we're going to do a CPR, hands-only, in June. In October, we're going to do a Canva crash course, and then in November, board development course. So we're really excited to continue this on and hope that this is something that we will continue to do beyond this year. We do ask for any feedback on topics that anybody might be interested in learning more about, and then we'll do our best to bring that to the community. But again, just something that we're really proud to be able to provide to our partner agencies and our community as a whole.
Yes, what a great series. It's so hard to come up with a series that's compelling to a little bit of getting everything involved. And you have it. You have all aspects of running a business, an organization, or somebody for a self-starter. You're really making sure that you're covering a little bit of everything for some basics, some basics that may not come easy to everybody.
And one of the things, too, is that we wanted to take into consideration is, especially with the smaller nonprofits or smaller businesses, you may not have a marketing person on staff or a development person or whatever it might be. So what we want to do is provide some information that you can take with you and bring back to your agency and implement very easily and very quickly that can make a big impact.
Yes, this is such a great resource to have. A lot of organizations just don't have the capacity for, for all of this. So you're helping to provide this. How did this come about? You had mentioned there's the Greg Lewis Foundation helps with this?
Yes. Yep. They had sponsored the series. They were really excited about it because it's something that they believed heavily in as well, and something that they always wanted to do. Excuse me. So with their support, we were able to do this. And again, the seminars are going to be all over the county. So split between Eastern and Western. We want to make it easy for everybody to be able to come to. But really, it came about as a staff when we were talking about different things. What can we do in the community? What can we provide to the community? A lot of times with United Way, what comes to mind is the campaign, asking for money. And what we want to do is, yes, that's still huge and that's still very important to us, but we want to give back to the community as well and be an active partner in our community. So we thought and we felt, and I believe this is a really great way to do that.
It certainly is. It's great. There's a whole calendar of events of things coming up. So what is the next thing besides that, which is an ongoing series throughout the year? What is your next event that you're working towards?
So we're really excited. We have annual events every year. We do Day of Caring. Now that's a big one in June. That's on June 5th. And that's when we get individuals and companies from all over the county. They sign up and they go and they do different projects throughout the community. So painting, landscaping, you name it. Last year we had around 200 volunteers. I think it was maybe 30 projects. So that, again, we'll be doing that this summer. We do the Labor's Night at the races on June 14th. Last year was my first time going to this one. I've never been to Ransonville Speedway before. It was so much fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
It is so much fun. It's such a unique event. And that is the AFL-CIO. They put that on. They do all of it. It's unbelievable. Over 700 people come to this event, and all the proceeds go to United Way. So we're very, very appreciative of that one and excited for that one this year. I brought my boys last year. They loved it. So we're very excited again. So those are the two we do every year. But this year we wanted to do something else, again, as another opportunity to do something in the community. So we're going to be hosting a Battle of the Banks. And this will be on May 22nd at the Brickyard Brewing Company. And it's a bartending event, but it'll be the different banks will be going up against each other, different hours, who can bring in the most in tips, and who the winner at the end of the night. So that
bragging rights, right?
Bragging rights, absolutely. So we're still working on that. We do have the date. We'll be announcing the banks that will be participating soon with that event. And that one is also going to be in conjunction with our Women United group. So Women United is an affiliate of United Way. It's a group of around 35 women who all have a common passion and mission to help the community. It's a service group, essentially. And they will be working with us on that event. They'll have a basket auction. All the proceeds will go to them. So we're encouraging anyone to come in the community just to be there for a great night. But also, if you're interested in joining Women United, it'll be a great opportunity as well to learn a little bit more about that group.
Little networking and doing some good at the same time.
Yep.
I know that Women United also has an annual baby drive that they also are behind. And actually, I've been involved in the Women United program through the Peach Queen program as well, because they have helped with the backpack drive with the fashion outlets, as well as not United Way, but both organizations, or both. I guess you had said it's a sister organization.
Yes.
But we've been able to really do a lot with, with our Peach Queen program with the Kiwanis, and it's been great to get our contestants realize how important it is, and you can be involved at any age, from a teenager, through whatever age you want to. And I think it's such a great program. The Women United program just is a nice way to be involved in a different way into the community.
Absolutely, and they really had a very good year. So the baby drive that you had mentioned, that kicks off March 1st. And so that is a drive, all things baby, food, clothing, diapers, wipes. We have different sites throughout the community that will be collecting the items, and then we will be giving those out. You can check our website. We'll be updating that in our Facebook page for the sites. We're just finishing up the list, but we'll have that out this week. And then in November, they do a hygiene drive. And this past year, it was so successful. We extended it for a couple of months, and they brought in over $6,000 worth of hygiene products.
Wow.
I mean, you name it, deodorant, toothpaste, shampoo, and they gave them to all of the school districts. so they can all establish their own little hygiene closets in each district.
That's amazing.
So it was really, when we had the schools come to the office to pick up these supplies, they were so appreciative for it. I think sometimes you forget that these simple things, kids need it.
They do.
They really do need it. And that was a really wonderful, very successful drive for them. And I know Barker, for example, my sister is the school counselor out there. And it was huge. It was huge for them and for their students. So that's a really great one that they did. But like you mentioned, it's a wonderful group of women.
Yes.
They do these drives. They help out with our events. They volunteer at our events. And it's just another part of the United Way in the community.
Yes. So those are some of the main things. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about Day of Caring is coming.
Yes.
How do you become involved in it? I know we're encouraging everyone on Leap of Kindness Day to go to the website and find out information, sign up, get your organization involved, especially on that Day of Caring Day.
Yes.
But what do they do? Can they call the office, go to the website? Do they have to come up with a project themselves? Guide us through what that would look like.
So both. You can call the office, go on our website. We are looking for volunteers always for all different kinds of projects, not only just our events, but we also provide, we're almost like a referral source also. So if you need volunteer hours, you can call us. We'll find a place for you to go. But for Day of Caring, our website, our office you can call. You do not need to find the project. You can call and say you just want to volunteer by yourself, with a friend, with a group of people. And then what we do is we get the projects from the different agencies throughout the community, and we match individuals up based on maybe where they want to go, what their availability is like. Usually on that day, the projects start at around 8 a.m., and they go until about 12. And then we have a lunch at our office. We invite everybody back, have a nice big lunch, and then the rest of the day is yours. But we do have a lot of groups that have worked with the same agency for a number of years. So if there's a request,
Become a tradition.
Absolutely. So we do our best to honor that. If anybody would like to go someplace in particular, of course, if anybody has an idea of a project, we would love to hear that, and we can work with them on that as well. But just give us a call. We have a link on our website with all of our events, and Day of Caring is on there. And we would love to sign anybody up for that.
So another program that is, I think it would be an ongoing program that has received a lot of coverage lately was the Read and Color program through the Free Little Libraries.
Yes.
What is that program, and how can somebody get involved in that?
This one we are so excited about. So last year we decided we want to put some of those little free library boxes in the community. And we have two right now. We have we have three. We have the Youth Mentoring Services in Lockport. We have the Northtowns Boys and Girls Club, and we have the Niagara Falls Boys and Girls Club. And then, of course, we have some in our office as well. And from there, we discovered this Read and Color program, which is through the Free Little Library. And we applied, and we found out that we were accepted. And we were so excited because we're the first agency in New York State outside of the city to be involved in this program. And what that means is we're in a cohort. There's only 3 agencies total from the country in this cohort. And we will be provided with 5 to 10 Read and Color boxes. So that they're beautiful, they're painted, they've got the Read and Color logo on it. And we're also going to be provided with books to fill these boxes with. But what makes this so unique is that the books are written by or featuring characters of color, diversity, you name it. And the goal is really to put books into the hands of kids to better represent them and their families.
Yes.
So we're really proud of this program. Currently, we're in the stages of looking where we want to put these boxes. There are some guidelines. There's a couple areas that they would like for us to focus on first, Niagara Falls being one of them, and the reservation being another. So we're going to look there first. The goal is 5. We want to get 5 boxes up for sure. We'd love to do 10. That's an opportunity if anybody has any suggestions or would like to house a box to please call us and let us know. It's no cost to them. We provide the box, the books, we'll install it, and then we'll maintain it. We just need a contact person at the location. So we're super, super excited for this one. And we're going to have a launch event in the next couple of months once, it gets a little bit warmer out there and we can get the first box in the ground and make a huge splash about this all year round.
That is great. I'm excited about that
Yeah.
program. What a great way to give back to the community and to keep that going, to look for new places and really make sure that you're representing everybody.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
is so important.
Yep.
Very excited about that. Now, you do all of this with such a small staff.
There's
How do you
four of
do
us.
it?
There's 4 of us. You know what? It's funny. I have always worked with smaller staffs, and it's amazing what a group of people that have passion and really want to make a change, what they can do. It's very powerful. And with this group in particular, it's there's so much experience in our office, and there's also so much drive to keep moving forward and to try new things and do new things. So I have been very lucky this past year with my staff, and they're great. We're just trucking along and doing what we can and trying to make as big of an impact as we possibly can.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course you are. So a lot of people, you had mentioned this, know the United Way from maybe you asking for money from them or, there's programs happening. Tell us in your words what the United Way represents and what the impact is being done in Niagara County, just so people can get a bigger understanding of why it's so important to support this organization and why it's needed in Niagara County, not just Niagara County, but throughout the entire United States. Yeah. Tell us about this organization and how we're making an impact here.
So you nailed it, because there is so much brand recognition with the United Way that you see it, you know the name, you know the logo, but you don't necessarily know what we do. So our United Way is a single-focused United Way. We work and we invest in youth programs and helping with youth development throughout Niagara County. What that means is we work with agencies. We have 15 this year that we're working with, all with a common goal and mission, and that's to help children, and whether that's emotionally, mentally, or physically. And what we do is we raise money to fund these programs with these agencies. Why it's so important to give and to be involved with the United Way is because when you give to the United Way, you're giving to all of these programs, not just one program. And it stays right here in Niagara County. It does not go anywhere else. We really love to stress that. There are programs that we are funding that without these funds, they would not be possible. So we really like to stress that, again, by giving to us, you're really making an impact. And that's one reason why we switched to this single focus model to youth development, because we want to be able to make a measurable impact, and we feel as though we can when we're all on the same page and all working towards the same goal. It was really beautiful. We met last month with all of the agencies, all of the executive directors sat down in one room and we met and we talked, and everybody's working towards the same thing. How are we going to help these kids and who really need it nowadays? And what are we going to do in this program versus this program, and how we can all work together? And it was so beautiful to see that, because that's what we wanted to come out of making this change. Prior to, we had a more broad focus. The agencies around the table could have been focused on shelter and food and youth and mental health. It was very broad.
Yeah.
Now with it being more focused, we're really working towards making a significant impact. So aside from your dollar staying in Niagara County and your dollar going a long way, I think those are the important reasons why I feel, to give to United Way or to keep us top of mind, if not to give, to volunteer, to get involved in some aspect.
So you can give just going on the website, and there's other programs to do that, but you have a lot of partners, a lot of businesses who are partners with the United Way as well. Mm-hmm. Tell us about those partnerships and how that happens and how that benefits the United Way.
Yeah, we are very lucky that we have a lot of very supportive corporate partners in addition to individual donors. A lot of our corporate partners also host employee campaigns and workplace campaigns or do things for us. A great example, just last week we were at GM and we met with them because their employees do raffles every year to raise money for United Way. And this past year, they raised almost $5,000 doing their employee raffles. So we're very lucky to have the support that we have from different corporate donors. But again, it could be in-kind donations. Wegmans is a huge supporter of us, being, with only one in Niagara County. They do the rollover campaigns, and they help out with our Day of Caring with the lunch and things like that. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved, and we try to put our hand in as many as we possibly can.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, United Way of Greater Niagara makes a huge impact on Niagara County, and we're so happy to have you part of the Chamber.
Thank you.
Tell us in this past year what you've learned throughout, you've been in that position for an entire year. What is something that has surprised you in that role?
Oh my gosh, I tell you, this year went by so fast. What surprised me is just how involved this agency is with all different aspects of the community. Quite honestly, going into the position, I knew United Way. I knew a little bit about what they did. I had some experience with them in my previous jobs, but I never knew how much they did and how involved they are and how much these different programs rely very heavily on the work that we do and the funds that we bring in. It's been a really great year, I got to say. When I came in, I said to myself, okay, don't change too much. Just do a couple of new things here and there and just kind of see how and we changed everything. I mean, we changed everything. And I was very lucky to have Connie Brown alongside me last year as a mentor to kind of help with the transition. And it was so great. So really and truly, I think what a lot of people don't know about United Way is how much we do in the community, but also all the, it's not just asking for money. It's other ways. It's volunteering. It's just being, sometimes we just want to be a part of something else in the community, and we love to host something or sponsor something or just how kind of stretched out we are into the community.
Yes, I think it's a well-recognized name, but even more importantly, it's a well-run organization that does a lot of good in Niagara County, and we're so grateful that you're behind the helm. Such a great leader with Connie, having that transition happening. That doesn't happen in very many organizations.
It does not. I mean, I thank the board for that because I think it was such a smart decision. And we're lucky enough that we were able to do that, right? To have her stick around and help with that transition. And it was so nice because we just kind of went step by step as things came up. We addressed it, we did it, and it was seamless.
Yes. How great.
Yeah, very lucky.
Now, the other aspect of the summer coming up with, we'll change hats here, but the Youngstown Yacht Club. Oh, yeah. I know you're very involved in that, a good member of the Chamber. Summer's coming.
I know it.
I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait.
There is no other place on the Niagara River where you can be right there, even with the river, with the view of both Niagara River and Lake Ontario.
It's the most beautiful spot.
It is.
It's a hidden gem and the most beautiful sunsets that you will see.
Yes, it definitely is. We were able to have, the Chamber had our member breakfast in December there, and it was a beautiful morning. The sun was coming up. It was just, everything was just gorgeous there. And there's work being done down, to the yacht club and down to Water Street area. Yeah. So by the time the summer comes, that should be all finished, correct? And beautiful area to,
it's going to be. So all of Water Street, they're redoing the whole, the curb, the street, everything. So it's going to be beautiful. And really excited for a nice, busy summer down there.
Yes, I know you're really involved in the club. And, while I don't have a boat personally. My kids went through the summer sailing program before, and I said, you know what? We don't have one, but learn all of this stuff so you can go enjoy a nice sail on somebody else's boat, and they loved it.
That's us, too. We don't have a boat, but we have friends with boats, and that's just as good, if not better.
That's right. You know what? That is it. That is right.
There you go.
That is right, but no better place to be in Youngstown than right there on that water.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
So there are a lot of events coming up this summer for the Yacht Club, too, so you're going to have a busy busy year already.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and we're looking forward to United Way. Looking forward to being involved in more community events. You know, we definitely want to be involved with the art festival. We did the Peach Festival Parade last year. We're looking forward to doing that again this year. So any opportunity like that as well, keep your eyes out. We're hoping to be there.
We should have you in the Christmas Walk Parade in Lewiston.
Yeah, we would love that.
That's you know, we're focused already on
it.
Christmas already.
No.
It's not even, you know, the end of February, and we've already been knee deep in planning December events, which is crazy.
I know.
But you know, dealing with fundraising and events, your mind is always 6 months ahead of time, thinking about what needs to happen on that day and what needs to be done. And you know, it's just the way of it's the way it is.
Yeah.
That is true. That is the way it is.
Right.
So how can people find out more about United Way of Greater Niagara? I know you're on some social channels and the website's always updated.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about
website for sure, uwgn.org. Very active on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. But Facebook really is where you're going to find a lot of updates on events and things like that. We're going to be putting out more information pretty soon about Day of Caring. But again, that's right on our website, or you can call the office anytime for more information.
Sure.
But definitely the website and Facebook is where you're going to find the most. Yep.
By the time this podcast comes out, it will be February 29th. It'll come out before then. That is our Leap Day this year, and the Chamber is supporting the Leap of Kindness Day, which means go out and do something great on that day. 2 opportunities for you on that day with United Way. 1, get your organization, your business, your family signed up for Day of Caring. Do it on that day. That way you're committed for that June date. Second is the Women of United Way. We're doing the baby drive is coming up in March. So day after Leap Day is March 1st. I know this week,
wild?
March 1st is already this week. But that's a perfect opportunity for you to start gathering some products and some things to be able to donate back to the United Way to do some greater good in Niagara County. Thank you so much, Andrea, for joining us today. And as always, we want everyone to make sure that you go out and support local everything. The United Way of Greater Niagara is definitely a great organization for you to consider supporting this year. I'm Jennifer Pauly, president of the Chamber. Thanks for joining us again.